Alrighty, folks. Today we're talking about proportions. So to review from yesterday, remember that equations stating two ratios are equal are known as proportions. There exist within these proportions specific relationships between different ends. That letters A and D are known as the extremes of the proportion, while letters C and B are known as the means or the averages of the proportion. The product of the extremes and the product of the means is known as the cross product. And cross products of proportions must be equal to each other. So let's apply this to some math problems. Solve each proportion using the cross product. So, A, we have 180 over 20 is equal to 2 over x. We need to find what the value of x makes this appropriate. Well, let's run our cross product real quick. 80x is equal to 2 times 120. 80x is equal to 240. X is equal to 240 over 80. So x is equal to 3. B, same sort of thing. Cross products. Set up our cross product. 8 times x plus 3 must be equal to 5 times x minus 3. Simplify. 8x plus 24 must be equal to 5x minus 15. Move our variables and our constants around to combine like terms. 3x must equal negative 39. X must equal negative 39 over 3, which equals negative 13. C. A triangle has angle ratios of 3 to 4 to 5. What is the measure of each angle? All right, we don't know what our specific measurements are, but we do know we have a triangle. We know a triangle must have an internal degree measurement of 180 degrees. We don't know the specific values of our angles, but we know the ratio of 3 to 4 to 5. And we can assume that the angles themselves aren't 3, 4, and 5, but rather 3x, 4x, and 5x. We can then write our equation based on the internal angle theorem from last semester that 3x plus 4x plus 5x must be equal to 180. Or 12x must be equal to 180. Or x must be equal to 180 over 12 or 15. So, with that in mind, if we've set our angles as 3x, 4x, and 5x, given our ratios, well, 3x, if x is 15, is going to be equal to 45 degrees. 4x, that's 4 times 15, which is equal to 60 degrees. And then 5x, 5 times 15, is going to give us 75 degrees. Last problem. Mayor Hernandez has conducted a survey of 200 voters and found that 135 voters approve of the job she is doing. If there are 40,000 people in town, predict the total number of voters who approve of her. All right, so this gives us a part to whole comparison. Of the initial survey done, we found 135 people out of 200 people that approved of Mayor Hernandez. If we want to take the proportion of that for the population as a whole, we got to set that equal to the number of some value, x, that we don't know, in the number of people, 48,000 people. We'll do our cross product and we'll solve. Now, folks, some of you might notice that 135 and 200 are both divisible by 5. And you could rewrite this if you wanted to as, let's see, that simplifies down. That would simplify down to 27 over 40. If you want to use the 27 over 40 instead of the 135 over 200, feel free. However, I'm going to work it as the initial problem entails. So, 135 over 200 is equal to x over 48,000. Our numbers are going to get a little big, so it's okay to bust out a simple four-function calculator for this. We're going to set up our cross product and say that 135 times 48,000 is equal to 200x. Multiply that out, and we end up with, this is fairly large, 480,000 is equal to 200x. Divide both sides by 200. And we'll end up with x. Let's change the color for that. We'll end up with x is equal to 32,400 people. That, folks, is the conclusion of the proportion notes for today. Please complete the assignment in the folder, and we'll touch base tomorrow. Take care.